Top of the morning, evening, night, or day, ladies and gentlemen. This is me here today on behalf of Well Prepared Man, and I hope you're well and good. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about my watch collection. So if that sounds right up your alley, don't forget to stay up until the very end. Roll the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain and the following video is for subscribed devices only.
Right, guys, welcome. Now, some of you guys might be curious to find out what's in this bag, but we're not going to start here. I've broken down my collection into three. These are my favorite watches in the world. These are the three watches that I've given to myself and allow myself to wear on a daily basis. And this right here is my one watch collection. So this is pretty much how I've structured this out. And we're going to talk a little bit about my one watch collection first. Then we're going to go into my 3 watch collection. And for last but not least, we're going to go into my 8 watch collection. So that's pretty much the structure of this video. So the main reason why I picked this G-Shock as my 1 watch collection is because if I was to only have one watch, which I'm not able to do, but if I could, it would be an indestructible watch. It would be a watch that I can rely on no matter what the situation is. And I feel like the majority of G-Shocks do provide that, but I picked this specific G-Shock for a reason and purpose. This is a solar G-Shock. It's the GW5610. This means that the battery is not purely powered by quartz. It's able to recharge via light source. I didn't want to just say the sun because I think these indoor lights also charge the watch. This is the indestructible watch that I would wear if I was a 1 watch collection guy. It's 200 meters water resistant. It has a backlight and it's got 5 alarms, 5 different time zones that I can favorite, although it's got way more than 5 that you can rotate between, but you can favorite 5, I believe. It's got a countdown timer, so it's got pretty much everything that I would need in a watch. For that reason, this G-Shock is my 1 watch collection. And I'm actually gonna flip the angle of the camera to here so you guys can see this a little bit better. So here is my GW5610. Hopefully I opened this the right way around. Oh, luck is on our side. So these, ladies and gentlemen, are 3 watches that I've given to myself. The first watch that we have here is a Certina DS. I really like this watch. This is all in my opinion, guys, but I think this is a really well-made watch. Besides being elegant, it's got a date display, it's got a super precise movement, it's got 200 meters of water resistance, and it's overall a very well built watch. It's even got a diver extension here, which you can use to put this on with a wetsuit. And I just think this is really cool. It retails quite expensive, but I bought this in the secondhand market and I love it. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Seiko. This particular watch here is the Seiko SNXL72. It's got a pretty cool dial. I don't know if you guys can see. Do you guys see that pattern dial? I think that's pretty cool. When I first picked up this watch, it came on its original bracelet, but I thought that bracelet was kind of tacky and it didn't match the vibe of the watch. So I bought these beautiful leather straps that you guys see here on this watch, and on this one there's also a black strap here. I picked up a few straps and I'm currently repping these. They're pretty cool and overall it really enhanced the look of the watch, and I started wearing the watch more often for this reason. It's just more elegant, more formal, and less tacky because the bracelet being brushed on a polished case, I think is really tacky. Seiko did that. Why can't I close this? There we go. The last watch that I've given myself to wear on a daily basis is this Pagani Design 1752. I've already spoke a lot about this watch on the channel, but I don't think I ever shown you this watch on a strap. I think it looks absolutely magnificent and way more elegant than on the bracelet. Don't take me wrong, I think Pagani Design did a good bracelet in terms of how the links look. I much prefer the look of this watch on a strap. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. It is very elegant, but also it's a tough watch. It's got 100 meters of water resistance. It's got a sapphire crystal, and I've got some scratches on the case already. Wait, let me zoom in a bit. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I've got some minor scratches on the watch already from using it. I haven't had it for very long, but I've used it a lot of days out of the days that I owned it, and I'm happy, very happy with this watch. For last but not least, these are my favorite watches in existence, and I'm actually wearing one of them right now, which I will put down here so you guys can see. That'll do for now. First watch that we have here is my Rado Florence. I picked up this watch super cheap and I repaired it and it's now working. I absolutely love the design of this watch. I think it's very elegant. In terms of movement, it's not my most precise watch. This is a quartz watch and it runs a little bit fast. And I don't consider that a really big problem because I've been told by a lot of people that vintage watches aren't meant to be as precise as a Casio G-Shock. I love it. It's got a sapphire crystal that just reflects absolutely everything and it's super minimalistic. It's very light on the wrist and overall it's one of my favorite watches because of everything I just told you. Second watch in my personal watch collection is the Omega DeVille. I saw this watch and I was like, wow, that's something that Robert De Niro would wear. Robert De Niro is a really stylish guy in my opinion, so I'm happy to have his influence in my watch collection. I don't really know if he actually wore this watch at some point in his life, but I totally picture him wearing it, and I think this is absolute class. Just look at this dial, guys. This in the light is something wonderful. I picked it up for way cheaper than I should have paid for it, and that is a common theme that you'll see here in my watch collection. I don't like to pay retail price for things. I like to pay a good price. Obviously, this watch has been used. As you guys can see, there is a lot of gold plating missing here in the bracelet. But I have enough time in my life. I'm only 30 years old, so I don't mind repairing one watch a year or something like that. Now, some of you guys in the audience might consider these two watches that I've just shown you, or might have thought of this type of watch as a ladies' watch, but I want to invite your mind to grow and expand a little bit. I'm a guy presenting you with this video. So since I own these watches, they became men's watches. But they're not any man's watch. They're sophisticated men's watch. That's the kind of man that I believe wears watches like this. And I'm super psyched to have these two watches here in my collection today. Next watch is a Citizen. I didn't buy this watch. This watch was given to me by my grandfather. Citizen is the brand that the majority of the people in my family wear. So this watch is very meaningful and I absolutely love it. This design is one of my favorite designs in watches and I'll show you. The watch that I was wearing is very similar, it's just more intricate. I really like this type of bracelet here with these little thin links. I think this is absolute class, man. This watch just took it to the next level, and even the case is like that. But this here is already pretty elegant to me. I think this Citizen is absolute class. This is a really beautiful watch in my opinion. Next watch, I've already spoken a little bit about it. It's my Rado Voyager. I absolutely love this watch. In terms of design, this is one of the most beautiful watches ever made in my opinion. You look at this and you just don't see it. I was intrigued. I saw this for the first time and I was like, what is that watch? What is that case? It looks so well integrated together, you know? The design itself, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful watches on earth. And I'm super happy to have this in my collection. Even if it doesn't look brand new, like I said, I got enough time to restore the watches that I want with time and patience. And this was one of my favorite purchases of all time. Next watch that I'm going to talk to you guys about is a Seiko. This is a Seiko 5, and I picked up this watch because I never seen one like it. It's a two-tone displayed in a way which I only saw in this watch. Normally the gold is on the inside and the stainless steel is on the outside, but they did it the other way around, and that is unusual to me and really beautiful actually. But then we got this really beautiful dial that almost looks like a tiger eye stone, but I don't think it is tiger eye. It's just a really beautiful effect that we have going on over here. And this is one of the first Seiko 5 models. We got the 5 down here on the side. This is the movement 6119, so it is a really cool movement from Seiko. And overall, I think this is a beautiful Seiko. This is one of the coolest Seikos on earth. The next watch that I'm going to show you is also a Seiko 5, so I'm basically going to skip this watch for now. And this Seiko 5 is more modern. It's nothing special, but I think it looks really beautiful. If you look at the hands, they're different. To show you guys the difference so it's easier for you to comprehend, this Seiko has like what I would call baton hands, and this is more like a needle or a pyramid or a triangle. It looks really cool. A dial being all gold is one of my favorite dials of all time. I really like gold dials. This watch is on its original bracelet, is showing signs of wear, and I absolutely love it. I love the vibe of this watch. In this case, we have my favorite watches on the planet. I love these watches for different reasons, but I love them all. I wanted to show you my Seikos, but I wanted to keep it in order, so these are both Seiko 5s. Now let's talk a little bit about this one. This is one of the prettiest Seikos on earth, just like the other one. Guys, these watches here in this box are awesome, in my opinion. And this Seiko that we have here is no different. This is a Seiko Lord Matic. It's got 23 joules. It's automatic. It was made in the Shua factory, and it's got movement. Wait, I forgot the number. I actually have to see this. 5606. Here we go. This is a super beautiful Seiko in my opinion. It's really 80s looking, very beautiful. I think this is so elegant. Look at how thin this automatic movement is for an 80s watch. Pretty awesome, eh? The same thing happens over here with this Rado. We got a super thin movement, but I think the movement in the Seiko Lord is even thinner. Like, this is a brilliant piece of engineering for me. I really like the look of this watch. For starters, its design, but if I manage to capture this well enough, the dial is very gorgeous, and I never saw another watch with a dial like this. This is a purple and gold kind of mix. I can't really name this color because I never actually seen it anywhere else. This Seiko Lord, I found it in France. The Day change is not working unless the time rotates past 12. I believe these had a plastic gear here that wears out over time, but overall, I don't mind that. I can get that easily fixed at some point in the future. I just really love how beautiful and elegant this watch is, how smooth the movement is. Look at that, guys. Compared to my Pagani design, this feels like butter, and my Pagani design like a quartz watch. Here they are, guys. These are my three favorite Seikos in existence. The last one is my Belova Super Seville. There we go. I really like the design of the Rolex Daydate, but I don't like the price of the Rolex Daydate. So what I did is I looked for great homages that allowed me to get the feeling of wearing a Rolex without spending Rolex money. And I eventually stumbled upon an American brand called Bulova. And when I saw this watch, I absolutely fell in love. This has diamonds, but they're not outside of the case. They're in a very contained and beautiful, elegant manner. I don't really think I'm expressing this well, but this is a minimalistic way to have diamonds on your watch, is to have them inside the dial. I think it makes for a very blingy piece without being today's bling, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain myself to the best of my ability here as to why I collected these watches. This, for me, gives me the day-day feeling without having spent day-day money, and I absolutely love that. This is an automatic watch. I've learned from you guys that this has hacking and winding, so thank you for letting me know my watch better. I appreciate it. Overall, it's got 100 meters of water resistance. I don't know if it still has 100, but it's still water resistant because I took it to the ocean a few times already when I'm feeling like a pimp, and it's still working. This is a very well made piece. That pretty much brings us to the very end of my personal watch collection. We're just gonna put that in there and this back on my wrist. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me up until the end, and I hope you've enjoyed this journey because I certainly spend a lot of time thinking and looking at the market and examining and observing so I could figure out my taste, what I like, what I want, what I don't want, and all the watches that you don't see here in this video that I own are now for sale. If there's a watch that you saw in one of my videos, it's going to be available on Vinted. I'm not a watch dealer. I am a person who really enjoys his watches, and I went through a phase where I was going with a lot of experimentation to figure out my tastes. And I don't feel the need to own 29 watches, which is the amount of watches that I own right now. I feel the need to look out for these watches that I've just shown you here. If there's anything you're interested in, I'll leave you a link in the description so you can check out my Vinted page. On that note, I want to thank you for sticking with me up until the end. I hope you have enjoyed talking watches with me today. I'm going to love you and leave you to have the rest of an amazing day. This is your boy logging out. Peace!